Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live. I am Priestess Ifa Miloni. We're going to go ahead and give everyone time to get in here, and then we will get started. Hello, you all. Hello, hello. We're going to give everyone a few minutes to get started. So if you need to grab a drink or snack or whatever, go ahead and do that. We're going to be talking about the 7 deadly sins on tonight's broadcast. As you guys come in, if you could like and share the broadcast. Hi, Christine. Hi, Ifa Yomi Lori. If you guys could like and share the broadcast as you come in, we would greatly appreciate that. And also tell us where you guys are tuning in from. As usual, I have my cell phone up over here on the side so that I can see Facebook comments and have my notes pulled up. Okay, so if that's what you wonder what's going on over here, that's what it is. Please share and like the video as you come in. Let your friends know that we are live. Going to give everybody a few minutes to get in here. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Thanks. You're so sweet. Okay. So if you guys, as you come in, just tell us where you're coming from. Go ahead and like and share the video. We will get started shortly. We normally give everyone about 10 minutes or so to hop onto the broadcast. So grab a drink, grab a snack, whatever you need. Hi, Cece, Carolyn. Hi, Karma. Also, there is at the top of the broadcast on Facebook, like where you can get access for StreamYard so that we can see on the StreamYard channel your name. Because if you don't give StreamYard access, it just says Facebook user. So like that's why we normally have to have up the Facebook on a separate device. So it really helps us out if you guys give StreamYard access so we can see who you are. you guys come in, go ahead and like the video and share it. And again, we're going to be talking about the 7 deadly sins. This is from an O'Shea service that Ia preached a while ago. And we're going to talk about how we can heal those 7 deadly sins and how they're all related to our ego and how we can go ahead and take care of them. Hello, Yaya. How are you? Hi, Brittany from Cleveland. Where's everyone else from? Whoever said, "Are you able to see me since I got on StreamYard that last time?" I am not. It just says Facebook user on the StreamYard. So you'll have to give it access each time, I suppose. Karma. Okay, yeah, it's Karma. I saw that on my cell phone where the Facebook comments are. Mm-hmm. Hi, Lena. Hello, hello, hello. Just going to give everyone a few minutes to come in. If you guys have done this with us every week, we go live, so you kind of know the routine at this point. Thank you so much, Lena. We appreciate it. Give everyone time to come in, let the stream build up, and we'll get started here in about 3 to 5 minutes, okay? How was Yellow Candle Ritual for you all? People that are on the live that participated in the Yellow Candle Ritual, today was the last day of that. How was that for you all? I was really excited to be able to create that ritual with Priestess Ifa Olayemi and present that to you all so that you could be introduced to Oshun's energy. No one on here was in Yellow Candle Ritual?
Has to be somebody.
Karma, okay. Yes, yes. Alafia Ifale.
Lena was.
You're sad it's ending. Don't worry. We have a shadow work ritual that is starting on Monday. It's $33.33 to be a part of that ritual, which is a very, very small investment. But we are starting that ritual on Monday. If you guys want information for that, we'll be posting it in the Facebook group and in the WhatsApp chats. Sometime today and tomorrow. We'll be promoting it all weekend. So we do have something for you guys planned and coming up. We want to make sure you guys stay engaged and that you have direction on your spiritual paths. Yes, Carolyn, we are so excited about the shadow ritual, the shadow work ritual. We really think it's going to be transformational for you all. Your flame was constantly dancing. So, Emperor Yaya, when you say it was something different for you, what do you mean? How do you mean that it was different for you? Was this your first time interacting with Oshun energy? Gonna give everybody about 2 to 3 more minutes. Okay, so get your drink, get your snack, get your questions, paper and pencil. We're gonna have a good class tonight. Okay, Lena. So you say you got a reading on your gifts and you hope that you can use the shadow work to explore your gifts more. That's a great plan. Carmen says she really felt the difference. Thank you so much for creating the ritual. You're so very welcome. We enjoyed creating it for you guys. So for you all just hopping on, I'm Priestess Ifa Miloni. I'm joined tonight by Priestess Ifa Sheye, and we're going to be talking about the 7 deadly sins and how to heal your ego, because we know that the 7 deadly sins all stem from ego. Yeah, I don't know if you're typing. Lena says, I need the ego check because, child. Oh, said your comment was too long. Okay. It didn't pop up yet. Just trying to make sure everyone that we need to have the link has. Okay. Alrighty. No, yeah, it never popped up. I don't know. Sorry about that. So we're going to go ahead and get started then. It is 1:15. So, welcome to our live session tonight. I am Priestess Ifa Miloni. I'm joined with my sister priestess, Ifa Sheye. And like I said before, tonight we're going to be talking about the 7 deadly sins and how to heal your ego. So we know that the 7 deadly sins are all rooted in ego. Each one of them is an ego problem. But each one of them deals with different chakras. And so this was a sermon that Priestess had given. It's taken from a sermon that Priestess had given. If you'd like the full sermon or the one sheet on what we're going to be speaking about today, you can purchase it. We will have the link dropped for you all in the Facebook group or in the chat session here on StreamYard so that you can access it. But we're going to go ahead and get started and try to help you all get these 7 deadly sins healed and worked out of your life. Okay. So the first one that we're going to be talking about is gluttony. And so gluttony is like an overindulgence or overconsumption, right? A lot of times when people think about gluttony, they think about overeating, but it can be overdoing anything or overindulging in anything. Okay. It could be overeating, over drinking, over partying, over dancing, over smoking, just an indulgence in an overindulgence in anything. And so it's to the point where it causes waste and destruction. It's not, you're not doing these things at this point for your greatest and highest good. And honestly, when we're in gluttony, it is because we're not satisfied. And what a slap in the face that is to our gungun and the Orisha that walk with us, because we know that we are provided for all the time. None of us have starved to death or have been without. We're clearly here. But when we are practicing gluttony, it is because we feel like there is a lack. Okay. So as you guys come in, if you will please like the video and share it so that we can make sure the engagement is up. Okay. So gluttony is based in the root chakra. And we know which Orisha rules the root chakra. Can anybody tell me that in the chat? I'll wait for you guys to put it in the chat. Okay. So gluttony in our society, while I wait for you all to put that in the chat, gluttony in our society is actually a part of a larger plan to separate us from our own divinity. If we're so caught up in overindulging in these things, then we lose sight of our own path, our own destiny. We don't have time to focus on that because we're over here overindulging in social media, right? Partying on the weekends, overeating, over exercising. It could be anything. Right, exactly, you all. Shango, exactly. He rules the root chakra. And so, also, gluttony can have us walking around fat, sick, and walking dead because we're not giving our body the proper amount of nutrients that it needs from our foods and things like that. We're overeating. So we feel like we're weighed down all the time with all of this excess, right? We're fat, we're overweight. We know as an American society, we are more overweight than any other first world country in the world. But we also have unlimited access to this food and fast food and things like that. We have to be more conscious about the things that we're putting in our bodies and how we're taking care of our systems. We don't need to be overindulging in these things that are going to cause us to walk around fat and sick and unhealthy and just feeling sluggish and dead all the time. Okay. It's an imbalance. We don't want to cause any kind of imbalance. Okay. And we can also be in gluttony because it is a result of trauma and the abuse that occurred over 600 years. When trauma is put into a bloodline, it's there for 12 generations. So it just takes so much time for us to work it out. But we have to do the work for our own bloodlines to eradicate that. Okay. You're here now because you're awake, right? You're here to heal your bloodline and to advance it. So we have to start the work here. Work starts at home. Okay. So some things that you can do to heal what you're seeing wrong with gluttony and in your root chakra is, of course, pray to Obashango. He rules that chakra. So you can pray to him. You can light a red candle. You can dress it with herbs that are associated with the root chakra. You can also go outside and do grounding. So any kind of like earthing, walking barefoot, doing gardening, getting your hands in the soil, and just becoming one with the vibration of the earth. These kind of things are going to be able to help you heal your root chakra so that you can heal the sin of gluttony. Okay. Priestess Ifashea, did you want to add anything to that?
No, Priestess. I think you covered pretty much all.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead with the second one then.
All righty. The second one we're going to talk about is lust. And when most people think about lust, they think about sex, but lust can be more than just sex. Lust is actually an intense craving to express sexual desires or experience pleasures. And what this is really an addiction. It's a stronghold that will literally take you off your path. It will derail you for what you came here to this earth to do. It is a lack of discipline. And when you lack discipline, you lack the means to manifest.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And that is true. Also with lust, it's kind of like you have a void in your life and you're just, you're seeking something to fulfill something. But yet once you get it and it's over, then what? It's just a cycle of dysfunction and it's just a downhill battle after that. Let's see here. And then also, I'm kind of lost, so hold on. This is my first time. Also, lust can be anything from like lusting to have peace of mind. Some people lust it so much that they will leave their kids just to have a peace of mind. Lust can be for food. You can lust for a piece of cake so bad that you're willing to leave work and go get this piece of cake. Olodumare, who is our creator, made sex pleasurable for us. But our main goal was to come here to reproduce, to bring our ancestors forth. And if you're working in lust, then you're not fulfilling your duties. Um, and therefore, you have single mothers out here, you have fatherless children, um, and you're just out here recklessly procreating. You have
Mhm.
abortion, which is, and you're killing your ancestors off. You're not thinking, before you act. Um, and the one person who this is part of the sacral chakra, and it is a disease. And who rules the sacral chakra?
I know you all know this one. Who is the sacral chakra? Yes.
Yes, Yemaya, and also Olokun. Kind of like the mother and the father. Yemaya owns the top part of the ocean, where Olokun rules the bottom of the ocean.
Hmm.
Um, One way to heal this is water meditation. You can actually take a bath and meditate in the water, or you can take a shower. A lot of people meditate better taking a shower because of the sound of the water coming down. You can add herbs to your water to help with this. You can light a candle, and with this one, you would light a blue candle. Um,
Hmm.
and Priestess, do you have anything you want to add to it?
I feel like lust comes in when like there's a void in your life. I think we all have this. We're born with this hole that if we don't fulfill it with trying to with the ambition to do our destinies and to complete our paths, then we will fill it with anything that we can. Okay. And that's where lust comes in. You're going to fill it with anything that catches your eye and draws in your attention because you're not focused on completing the path that you were put here to complete. And so that comes out in lust. Okay. Where you're seeking just any kind of pleasure to fill that hole. And so we have to be careful, so very careful to not do that, especially in this day and age. We have to be aware of what we're doing. Sorry, y'all, there's a hair in my mouth. We have to be aware of what we're doing. We have to be aware of what we're listening to, what we allow ourselves to be programmed with. So whether that's the music that you're listening to, or if that is the TV that you're watching, anything can put you into a sense of lust. We have to be on guard and make sure that we're always walking our path with integrity and staying where we're supposed to be. Yeah. Elle says that she's a shower meditator. I love that. I do get a lot of downloads in the shower, and I think a lot of it too is just from where like you first get up in the morning and you're still kind of like close to dream state. You go get in the shower and like all your downloads just seem to come back. Music is science. Absolutely. I'm a music major. I totally believe that music is science. Okay. So the next one that we're going to talk about is sloth. And I know these seven deadly sins, a lot of you have heard this from the Bible. But seven deadly sins, even if you've watched TV, you've heard of them. There's something like them in every religion in the world, okay? Because they're all human nature if we're not aware of what we're doing. It's very easy for human beings to slide into any of these sins that have to do with ego. So the next one that we're going to be talking about is sloth, okay? And sloth is a reluctance or refusal to put forth committed effort. Sloth is worse than laziness, okay? You have laziness and then you have sloth. Sloth is like laziness great grandfather. Sloth is a fear of failure. You fear so much that you're going to fail that you get paralyzed and not doing. And what some people don't understand is that if you're failing, that means you're trying. And the only way to get better is to fail and learn from your mistakes. And that's a hard lesson for some people to know. And so much so that they allow themselves to get stuck into this place where they don't move at all. and they're just like a stick in the mud, and that's where they choose to stay instead of taking risk in order to get better. They'd rather stay because of their fear of failure, and that's a place of sloth. Okay. You no longer are in love with life. As human beings, we should just be enchanted with life and what it is, and the beauty of the earth and everything that we get to interact with here while we're in this marketplace. But when you're in a place of sloth, you're no longer enchanted with life. You're no longer in love with your life and what you're doing and your path and your destiny. Um, and that's just a sad place to be, you know. We have been given everything from the Orisha and Olodumare, our God, to have a prosperous life. That is our birthright. But if you are no longer enchanted with your life, you'll give that birthright right away. You'll give it away before you even have a chance to inherit it. And again, this is a sermon that is based off of Priestess Oshun's lecture on the Sedley Devinsons. It will be dropped in the chat or in the Facebook group where you all can watch the full sermon, and you can also purchase the one sheet for it. Okay. Another thing about sloth is that it can prevent you from enjoying your life or contributing to the enjoyment of other people. Sloth can again take the joy out of everything. It just makes you want to sit and be in this place where you don't care about being happy or contributing to your community or to your family or the well-being of your own self or family. You're so stuck. You're so stuck that you can't even gather up just a little bit of anything to be able to go out and enjoy your life or to contribute to the life of someone that you love, because you're stuck in this sloth, this deep rooted laziness. Okay. It's a betrayal to your ancestors. Our ancestors, for us that live here in the diaspora, were stolen from their homes from Africa and brought across the ocean. And then they went through years of enslavement and Jim Crow and all of these things for us to be able to be where we are right now as a people. And so for you or for me to engage in the sin of sloth is a direct slap to their face when they've worked so hard, to give us what we have. We wouldn't have anything that we have right now had not our ancestors came and put in the hard work. And yet we have the audacity to sit back and be in sloth. It's also going to ruin your ancestral treasury. When you're in sloth, your ancestors, A, you're probably not venerating your ancestors at all, so you're not able to deposit anything. But B, your ancestors are working overdrive to try to communicate to you to get out of it. So you're draining your ancestral treasury and not putting anything in it. And at the end of the day, that's what we need to be doing, is putting into our ancestral treasury so that it's full, so that our children can use it, so that our ancestors have power in the spiritual realm to be able to work on our behalf. But if you're living in sloth, you can't do that. You're slapping them in the face again. Does depression feed sloth? Yes. Yes, it does. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So some things that you can do to heal this part of your ego. Okay. So we know that sloth is associated with the solar plexus chakra that is governed by Yayo Shun. We have worked with Yayo Shun quite a bit in this coven. This is the coven of Oshun. We just got done doing a yellow candle ritual. We've done an Oshun mirror ritual. We've had talks already about Yayo Shun. So I know that a lot of us are familiar that she is the Orisha that governs the solar plexus chakra. Okay. So one thing about Oshun is like she's very feminine energy, right? So you're going to want to dance and move and get that stagnant energy out of there. Anything that you can do to move as if you were in the water to give yourself that flow. that movement. That's really going to help you shake up that solar plexus energy and to heal it so that you can get the sloth out. So if you, even when you feel like that you were going through a bout of depression, if you can put on some good music and get up and dance for 20 minutes, I promise you'll feel better. Okay. So, Priestess, did you have anything that you wanted to add? Priestess. Ooh, I think she's frozen, y'all. Hi.
Is that my internet or your internet?
It's yours. You're frozen on our end.
Is it yours or mine?
It's yours.
Hi.
All right.
Okay.
All righty. You're back. Welcome back. Did you have anything that you wanted to add about sloth?
I don't know what's been going on with my internet. I've bad connection lately,
It's no
and I
problem.
do apologize. Uh,
Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. We're going to give her a second to get back on. Do you guys have any questions about anything so far? And I'm going to look at the Facebook comments in case you guys have something over here. Hello, Ifoliemi. No one has any questions about anything that we've went over so far? Okay. If no one has any questions, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next sin. And Priestess Ifashe is going to cover that one, and we're going to be talking about wrath.
all right. The next one, as Priestess Ifalane Maloney said, was wrath. And wrath is an uncontrolled expression of anger and vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
It gets to a point where you value your feelings over everything, or anything else. It's kind of selfish. This is also an imbalance of the heart chakra. And as we all know, Ogun rules the heart chakra. And Ogun is the ruler of iron. He is the waymaker. Um, Wrath is also a lack of precision and a lack of patience. Um, and also, it is a person who lacks self control. It's a person who is easily manipulated. Um, if you have a bad temper, that is a weakness of the heart chakra, and you're easy to control because you're upset, you're mad, and you're not powerful at all. Um, it is also a lack of faith in Ori, your Orisha, and your ancestors. And as Priestess Ifa Maloney has also stated, that is a slap in the face to them. And with these feelings, once we create them, we store these feelings in our heart. And with women, heart disease is the number one killer. And we need to learn how to release these emotions, and deal with them. And if that means, going to therapy, then therapy it is. Oh, it's so much to talk about wrath. Let's see here. And with self control, if you lack self control, and then also, as we stated earlier, you also lack the means to manifest again. And if you can't manifest, then you don't have anything. You can't manifest abundance into your life. You can't manifest good health into your life. if you're lacking self control. Um, of course, with this one, as we stated, this is Ogun, and a healing ritual that we could use would be an act of kindness and gratitude. Easily, we go through life every day, and we can't even tell the person beside us, "Good morning, how you doing?" Um, I'm pretty sure you see homeless people on the street daily. Give them $1. It's not going to break your pocket. I promise you. Um, Journaling. A lot of people journal.
Mm-hmm.
You can also light a green candle and just pray to Baba Ogun to better way to move correctly in that part of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's about all I have to say. Priestess, do you have anything?
I'd like to say that these seven deadly sins that we're talking about, they're all battles. They're battles within our own minds, with our own self, with our own egos. And I know we've mentioned it before, but maybe some of you are new. But Joyce Meyer, she is a Christian, actually, preacher, also book writer, speaker. She has a book out and it's called Battlefield of the Mind. And it is a very good book. I recommend that you all read it. I know that we don't practice Christianity here, but truth is truth. And that book has a lot of truth in it. The battlefield is in the mind. And so with wrath, you are in this battle with yourself. Humans, we can only feel two emotions, and everything else stems from those two emotions, right? Love and fear. And so wrath comes from a place of fear. Okay, at the root, it comes from a place of fear. And so you can pray to Baba Ogun to help you battle this, to fight on your behalf in this battle that you're going through with your own ego, to rid yourself of wrath. As Priestess said, so many Black women are dying from heart disease because of this wrath that we are pushing down. Depression is like a pushing down, right? And it stays in our heart so long that it has no way but to manifest, but as a sickness, as an illness, right? And so I would encourage you all to work with Baba Ogun in these different battles that we have to face when it concerns these sins in our ego, to break that up and to really heal it, because everything that is started in the spiritual realm. Everything that you see, everything starts with a spiritual beginning. And so this wrath that you have started spiritual, and then it became emotional, right? And now it's in your body, and then it will manifest as this heart disease. Okay. So really, if we work to heal these things that are in our minds and our egos, and these gardens that we have not been in, right, we've let them overgrow, then we will have, as a consequence, a positive consequence, less physical ailments, right? So many people in the Black community are on some kind of medication for diabetes or high blood pressure or heart disease. Like, there's all these things, and they all have spiritual beginnings, spiritual roots. Right. Yes, Elle. Like Elle said, being toxic is not cute. And I think there's this stereotype of the angry Black woman, and we tend to get offended by that, but it came from somewhere, right? Stereotypes don't just become, they come, there's truth in them. A lot of stereotypes have truth in them. And so we have to let go that being this toxic person in someone's life is something that's cute. It's not. There's nothing attractive about being toxic. Okay. Let's see. Lena says, I remember having heart pains when I was 13 because of wrath. Exactly. Like, your body does not know what to do with it. And so it will manifest in physical ways, because that's the only thing that it knows to do with it. Someone else said, I suffered many years with IBS, and I'm sure it was due to my anger issues. Absolutely. It can manifest that way. Your body, again, does not know what to do with it. And so it gets a physical manifestation because you refuse to handle it. You want to ignore it. You want to sweep it underneath the carpet instead of sitting down and doing your shadow work to heal it. And again, we have a ritual that's going to be starting on Monday, a shadow work ritual that can help you all to heal these things that you have going on. It's $33.33 to join. Someone will post the chat or post here in the chat the link to that group. Also, if you're in the mentorship with us, traditional or free, links to that will be posted in the WhatsApp's chats. Okay. Next, we're going to be talking about greed. Right. In America, we definitely have an issue with greed. Greed and gluttony kind of go hand in hand. But the definition for greed is the unrighteous pursuit of material wealth and possessions. Consumerism has turned us into, for lack of better word, these monsters that are just unsatisfied with what we have. We always feel like we need more things, more money, more electronics, more things for power and prestige and keeping up with the Joneses, right? Um, it's this constant expression of ingratitude. Like you can't even take a second to be grateful for what you have because you're like on to the next thing. Like, I want this. I'm not satisfied with having $3,000 in the bank. I want to have $10,000 in the bank. And hear me when I say there's nothing wrong with wanting to be financially stable and having money in the bank to be secure. But when that's all that you can think about and that's all that you can focus on, and that is like the purpose of your existence, there is a problem with that. Okay. There's an imbalance there that needs to be sorted out so that you do not fall into greed. Greed can make you do a lot of things. It can make you be inconsiderate of other people in your life or of the other human beings in general or anything that's living on the planet because you're just so concerned about how it's going to affect your pockets. If you're in greed, you're in misalignment with your destiny. No one's destiny is to make a bunch of money. That like we're all here to be prosperous and abundant, but your destiny is so much more than that, so much deeper than that. If you think that you were sent back to be a millionaire, I think you need to refine your destiny. That's not going to be correct. Okay. Um, it's a complete misalignment. And so some things that you can do to heal greed. We know that greed is associated with the throat chakra, and we know that Arumila rules the throat chakra. Okay. So what we're going to say is that there is a 16-day mirror mantra. Okay. And you're going to say, I am enough. I have enough. I am created perfectly. I am one with source, overflowing in abundance. Love is my force. And you're going to say that 16 times for 16 days. Exactly, priestess. Priestess Oshun says your destiny is tied to the elevation of other people. Exactly. There's no way we're a community. As African people, we have always operated in community as community, and our destinies are intertwined with each other. Okay. Priestess, is there anything that you would like to add? Okay. Yeah, Lena, I can repeat the mantra. So it says, I am enough. I have enough. I am created perfectly. I am one with source, overflowing in abundance. Love is my force. Okay. Priestess, was there anything that you would like to add?
Actually, yes. Most people, when you think of greed, you don't think about, it is a disease of the throat chakra, but it is also a thief and a killer of joy. With the throat chakra, it is lion, It is dishonesty. That's where you get your slick talkers from, your car salesmen, your panhandlers, that slick tongue. That has to do with your throat chakra. Um, and I also remember Ia once saying that if you lie, you will steal. And if you steal, you will kill. And what she meant by that is that if you lie, then you know that you have a disease of the throat chakra. And if you're willing to lie to somebody to steal their joy, then eventually you're willing to steal from that person and
Mm-hmm.
take their joy. And if
Yep.
you can steal from a person and lie to a person, what's going to stop you from killing that person and covering it up to steal their joy?
Mm-hmm.
Um, it is also a power of life and death, which lies in the tongue. The tongue is very powerful. And like you said, you can strike somebody down with just your words. And I just wanted to put that out there.
Ashe. Ashe. All right. So the next sin we're going to be talking about is envy.
All righty. Envy. All righty. The definition of envy is a resentment and jealousy towards the trace of possessions of another. And when you think about envy, you think about how we look at people who are in the public eye, movie stars. We see their big houses, their fancy cars, the way they live, and we want it. That is envy. Um, some people, they hate them. They hate people for what they have, for what God gave them. And this is also a disease of the third eye. And Oya rules this part of the chakra. When you envy people, you lack clear sight as to how you fit into the world because you're too busy wanting what somebody else has instead of worrying about what you want in life. You really don't even know yourself. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it's a lack of self esteem and a dissatisfaction. And it's actually a waste of time. Um, really, when you envy somebody else, what you really need to do is to stay in your lane. Worry about yourself. Worry about what how you can bring money into your life, how you can bring abundance into your life, so that you can have the things that you see other people have and you're wanting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because when you let's see here, and the thing about envy is it's one of the most important ones to me because it includes actually all seven of them. Because greed, you don't have enough, and then gluttony because you want to experience the pleasure that is not meant for you. And then you also have lust because you want to experience the pleasure meant for another. And it just goes on and on and on. Um, you can't see straight, and it's really bad. Um, and then I also, like I said, this is based off of Ia's sermon. So she had made a statement, and she said, and it stuck with me. And she said, "How can you love God, a person you've never seen, but you hate your brother that you see every day? You hate them for what they have, for what you don't have. Um, you hate them for living the life that God gave them and that they created for themselves."
Mm-hmm.
One way of healing the third eye, of course, you can burn a purple candle,
Mm-hmm.
and you can do what we call gazing, flame gazing. You can actually stare into it and visualize how you see yourself today, tomorrow, in the future, um, how you see yourself in the physical and the spiritual realm. And Priestess, do you have anything you want to add?
I think you covered it, Priestess. I do not have anything that I'd like to add to this one. you guys have questions about anything so far,
Okay.
please give your love offerings. Our cash apps are here at the bottom of the page. It is an exchange of energy for the information that we are giving you all. And that's just the law of the universe. Fair exchange. Okay. So the last one that we're going to be talking about tonight is pride. And pride is just one of those, it's really like, for me, the first thing that I think of when someone says ego, like pride, boom, right? And pride is destructive belief in one's own ability and importance and superiority. Okay. And this is ruled by the crown chakra, which we know is governed by Baba Batala. Okay. So even when you think about the Bible and why Satan was cast out of heaven, it was for pride, right? So this goes back to the beginning of creation. Any creation story in Christianity, particularly, goes back to pride being a thing. It is a sin that humans have dealt with since the beginning of time. Okay. You have this God complex when you are prideful and thinking that you are more worthy than anyone else. What a foolish thought to have. What a foolish thought. No one is more worthy than anyone else. We are all created equal and uniquely, right? As creators, as our God is. Okay. You have this judgment of other people because I'm better than you. Right? We started from the bottom, now we're here. That's pride. That's pride. Like, make sure that you always keep your ego in check so that you don't stumble. Okay? Keep yourself from stumbling. It's a misinterpretation of your own divinity. Again, you think that you are God. Having that idea is going to get you chastised in the spiritual realm very quickly. How did you get to the top? Because, like you said, you weren't always up there. So it's important to remember where you come from and to remember the struggles that it took for you to get to the place where you are. Okay. You give no credit to anyone but yourself, but you've had a spiritual team with you, guiding you, supporting you, protecting you. You give no credit to Olodumare. You give no credit to the Orisha in your court. You give no credit to your ancestors. You give no credit to your mother or father. No ibashes to anyone. How foolish, right?
Ashe.
So one thing that you can do to help heal this is to do your daily or read blessing. If you're in the mentorship, you know that there is a book that we suggest that you all read that has a very simple or read blessing. If you want to know what that book is, I encourage you all to join the free mentorship program and the paid mentorship program, the traditional mentorship program, and you will have access to that book and you'll know exactly what Ori head blessing that I am talking about. There are also classes on African School of Magic that you guys can look at and purchase, okay? Right, exactly. Pride will destroy an empire. Look at Rome. A whole empire destroyed by pride. Priestess, was there anything that you'd like to add?
No, I think you about covered it, sweetie.
Okay. So we are going to bring on our mother, Priestess Ianifa Oshun Funke. We're going to give her a few minutes to get ready. Did you guys have any questions or anything like that about anything that we've said so far? I know there was a lot of content tonight. And like I said, if you guys want to purchase the sermon that Priestess gave, that link has been dropped. If you want to purchase the one sheet that comes with it, that has also been dropped. It's a whole O'Shea service where Priestess goes all the way in and gives you all the details and really helps you to understand these different sins and how you can rid yourself of them. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and bring Priestess on. Hello, Priestess.
Hey, Priestess.
Oh, you're muted. Priestess, you're muted.
Hi, you
There.
guys. Thank you for bringing me on. I wish that I was like a little bit more polished and pretty like you guys are, but it's the end of the day and I'm tired. I just wanted to, first of all, say thank you guys for delivering this beautiful message to everyone. I hope that the people that are here are really listening. We've all heard about the seven deadly sins. There was a movie made about it. It's something that is part of pop culture and things that we understand. But what you don't really understand is that the seven deadly sins are part of how we are designed, okay? And if we don't work hard to overcome them, they will overcome us and they will cause disruption. They will cause disruption, disorder, disease, and dysfunction in every aspect of our life. What you need to understand is that you are powerful and that you have control over your destiny. And you get to decide how you show up to people. You get to decide what your reputation is, how people experience you. And once you know that, then you're able to rectify any ailments, dis-ease, dysfunction that you have. We have to be honest with ourselves. And we actually have a ritual coming up, our shadow work ritual. And I have dropped the link. Hopefully, somebody else will piggyback and re-drop the link so that you guys can join that group and learn to begin to deal with those aspects of yourself that may not be everything that you want them to be. We all have a shadow. But let me tell you something very, very important. Ifa, the ruler of destiny, says that it is your shadow that will speak for you when you return to the land of the ancestors. So, all this stuff that you're doing in front of the cameras, all these things that you're doing for people to see, for people to notice, all of these things that you're doing to perfect your public image mean nothing. It is your shadow that is going to speak for you when you return to the land of the ancestors. So, do not let the seven deadly sins be your undoing. We've heard of them in Christianity, we've seen them in pop culture, and now we're talking to you from the aspect of African spirituality. Put this stuff in check. Don't be gluttonous. Don't want more than you need. Be satisfied. Don't be envious. Learn to understand that what's for you is yours. Okay. And that is really what I have to say.
Ashe,
You guys
ashe.
did an amazing, amazing job. Thank you so much. For those of you who are considering mentorship or who have been following us, these ladies are who you can become, and even better, like we teach you to unlock your own personal gifts, to have your own understanding of universal truths, and to be able to share them with the community. Our intention is to create people who will go out into the world and spread the truth, because the truth is, it doesn't matter whether you call yourself Christian, Muslim, an Ifa practitioner, or a voodoo zant. If you know the truth and you can lead people to the truth, we want you here with us, because that is what we need at this time more than anything.
Ashe.
Ashe. Thank you, priestesses. You have done an amazing job. Thank you so much. Um, Nobody has posted the link, so I guess I'm gonna have to do it. So if you guys could give us just 2 or 3 more moments, priestesses, I will go in and repost the links to the shadow work and also our mentorship program so that people can find their way if they are looking for it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Priestess.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Priestess.
And everybody, please send these priestesses love offerings. Y'all, they take their own personal time to do this. Nobody is paying them. Okay. They are volunteering their services for your greatest good. They want you to be where they are and beyond. So please send them $1, $2, $10, whatever you got. Send them some money. Thank you.
Thank you, Priestess.
Okay.
Alrighty. Does anyone have any questions while Priestess posts the link? I know, again, like that we covered a lot of information and material tonight. And so I just want to make sure that you all don't have any serious, pressing questions about anything. We would love to have you all in mentorship with us. If you are not there, we'd love to have you in the shadow work group. That's going to be starting on Monday. Again, it's $33.33 to join, which is a very small investment. It's a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of the cost of traditional mentorship, but it still allows you to come in and work with the priestesses and see what we do, experience the growth that you have over the time period of a ritual, and to really watch yourself grow and develop underneath some tutelage. Okay. Okay. Well, if no one has any questions, we're going to go ahead and conclude for the night. Thank you all so much for joining us for lecture tonight. And we will see you all next week when we lecture again. And as Priestess always says, until the next time we meet, may the ancestors watch between me and thee. Good night.
Okay. Good night.